First-time founders often fall into a trap. They obsess over their product and perfect it based on their vision. Airbnb's founders are a perfect example. They went door-to-door in New York, photographed apartments themselves, helped hosts create listings, and even stayed in their homes to experience the product firsthand. Every conversation, every demo, and every sale is an opportunity to gather insights that will shape your product and your company. One very important piece that I want to talk about is the importance of... Hi everyone, my name is Tariq and I lead the undergraduate program at the Mesa School of Business. Welcome to the third video in the How to Start a Startup series. Today we will cover how to find your first 100 customers. Before we get into that, let's try and understand why this is important. This is the most critical phase of your 0 to 1 journey because the insights that you get from your early customers will guide key design decisions and define your product. For example, let's take Instagram. Their original product, Bourbon, was a cluttered social app with check-ins, games, and photo sharing. Early users consistently showed the most love for the photo sharing feature. The founders stripped everything else away, doubled down on filters and simple sharing, and that's what you see Instagram as it's today. First-time founders often fall into a trap. They obsess over their product and perfect it based on their vision. But as we saw in the MVP video, that's a rookie mistake. You risk building a product of your dreams, not that of your customers. Instead, find a group of early users and co-build your product with them. Watch how they use it, what excites them, what infuriates them, what frustrates them, and let those insights shape your next steps. Now that we've understood the why behind this phase, let's figure out the tactical hows. Which customers to focus on, where to find them, how to run the sales process. Let's get to the first decision, which is about which customers to target. In his excellent book, The Book of Clarity, Paras Chopra says, serve the dissatisfied minority first. Let me break that down for you. Your first customers should be the one who are most frustrated and annoyed with the current status quo, and therefore the easiest to close and easiest to convert. Think about it. Airbnb started by serving extreme users like last-minute business travelers who needed a safe place to sleep when hotels were full. They didn't want fancy amenities. Let's take the example of Uber now. Uber began with extreme users who didn't want to plan or wait on the street for a cab. They wanted a car immediately, even if it costed more, leading to Uber Black. So ask yourself, who are the users in your market with the most urgent pain? Who can make fast decisions without too much red tape? Now that we've understood which customers to target, let's figure out how do you reach them. The first and the easiest way is to leverage your network. Reach out to your family, friends, colleagues, and broader circle. Share your product with them and see what they think. The second is social media. Share a short post explaining your product on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and other social media platforms that you're a part of. See if it gains any traction. The third one is my personal favorite. Communities. Focus on interest groups and other online communities on Facebook, on Reddit, WhatsApp communities, WhatsApp groups that are most aligned with your target audience. They're some of the easiest places to find your first users. The fourth is in-person experiences. This is particularly important if you're a physical product. Host a pop-up store, go for a flea market. This is your best way to engage with users directly and get immediate feedback. And the last one is performance marketing. Even for your first users, run targeted ads to reach the right audience and try and see if it generates genuine interest in your product. Now that we've figured out who to target and how to reach out to them, let's discuss a bit about the sales process and then what to do once you get to your first customers. The first and most important piece is founders must lead the process and be directly involved in sales. Doing it yourself is essential to learning about your customers and understanding product market fit. The second, prepare your pitch very, very well. Clearly explain your product's value, use demos to illustrate it, and be ready to answer follow-up questions, including how you compare it to your competitors. Third, engage, observe, and learn. Sell the product, follow up for repeat orders, observe how customers use it, and ask what they like and didn't like. Those are three very important things to keep in mind. Finally, outsourcing can come later once the process is well-defined. Hands-on sales not only teaches you about your customers, but also builds your own control and confidence about the product. Also, don't worry about whether this process will scale. As Paul Graham says, do things that don't scale. In the early days, manually engaging with customers in a high-touch, hands-on way is exactly what you need to know what they truly want. Airbnb's founders are a perfect example. They went door-to-door in New York, photographed apartments themselves, helped hosts create listings, and even stayed in their homes to experience the product firsthand. They fixed problems manually, listened closely to what users loved and disliked, and iterated really quick. By treating early adopters as partners, they turn their first users into loyal champions who shape the product's future. Now let's discuss what to track. Tracking and documenting customer insights is essential. You can't improve what you don't measure. Early data helps you understand customer behavior, helps you refine your product, and optimize your sales process. The first thing to understand is what metrics to track. There are three things. A, why did customers buy your product? What is their use case? Second, how are they using their product? How often? Third, are they satisfied? Are they interested in buying another product of yours? Those are three things that you need to absolutely measure. Now that you gathered all the data, you need to analyze the funnel. Track conversion rates at each stage to understand where interest drops off. One very important piece that I want to talk about is the importance of charging customers. Charging customers validates whether your product truly provides value and helps you understand what customers are willing to pay. Don't fear pricing. If they won't pay, move on. Gradually raise prices until customers push back but still pay. And consider alternatives to free trials like money back guarantees or flexible low commitment contracts. To summarize the conversation, I want to emphasize on a few things. Finding your first customers isn't about making your first sale. It's about learning, iterating, and truly understanding your customers and your market. Every conversation, every demo, and every sale is an opportunity to gather insights that will shape your product and your company. Focus on the users with the most urgent pain. Engage with them directly and track everything. Don't be afraid to charge for your product. Remember, early customers are your teachers. Treat them as partners, listen to their feedback, and let their needs guide your decisions. By doing this hands-on, high-touch work now, you're not just selling, you're building a foundation for a product that people actually want and for a business that can really grow.